So I recorded 2 videos of myself playing the exact same song in exactly the same key, but one using open position versus closed position in this fingerstyle arrangement. So open position refers to using open chords and open strings, where closed position means that we try to reduce the use of that, and more often we use bar chords and we don't use open strings so much. So there are lots of differences between the 2 approaches, although we are using the same song in the same key and almost the same rhythm in these recordings. So the song is There Is a Fountain. It's a beautiful old hymn that I really enjoy, and I'm just gonna play the videos and show you and walk you through what are the differences and what are the advantages and disadvantages of 2 approaches. Okay, so let's go to my Instagram, and I'm gonna show you first the one in open position. All right, take a look. Listen, there's more open strings ringing out. The strings sustain for longer because the open strings are allowed to ring even as I'm playing the melody and changing the notes and the chords. That low E string just rings out nicely. Alright, so I'm gonna move on over to the other one. Alright, so the one is here. So this is in closed position of the same song. Let's hear the difference. Listen to the articulation on the melody note especially. There's vibrato, there's pitch bends. I can do more hammer-ons and pull-offs. But at the same time, the notes are not overlapping with each other. And that may or may not be a good or bad thing. Because we don't have open strings ringing, we can't have so much sustain on each of the individual notes. But you see, I can do these bends here and there. That's really nice. Alright, so I'll stop the video. You can go check out the videos on my Instagram page. But now I'm going to be showing you what are the differences. So if we're in the key of E, in open position, you have all these open strings. You see, even if I stop playing, the strings continue to ring out. The melody note is on an open string. It has a different quality to it if I were to play it here. This is in closed position. Alright? The voicing of the chord is also different. So in this particular key, in E major, for the chord number 5, B, we have this beautiful unison effect where we got 2 Bs sounding simultaneously. And they're slightly out of tune, usually they're not 100% in tune, and that gives a nice shimmering chorus effect. And even I'm changing the chords, the open strings are still ringing out. Also, another thing with open strings, usually you are able to play more strings at the same time. So for E major chord, I can play all 6 strings and get them all to ring and resonate and resound so loud and big. Whereas if I had to play it in open position, closed position, this is what it would sound like. Without the open strings ringing, and I've got my fingers fretting the notes, the strings sort of are a little bit more dampened. They are not so free to vibrate compared to with the open strings. Alright, but the advantage that I really love about playing in closed position is that as all the notes are fretted, I have control over each note. I can do pitch bend, See, I can mute all the other strings and just let this melody note ring out. Hammer-on and pull-offs are a lot easier to do in closed position because we have all this control over our notes. I can do a vibrato on the entire chord. But in open position, I'm only fretting some of the notes. So the open strings, I can't do any vibrato on them. They are ringing and that's it. But here, alright, open position, closed position, I can still make use of the open strings, like this low E string. So the voicings of each chord will also be different because you're using different chord shapes. So that's basically it. Another good thing about learning a song in closed position is the ease of transposition. Because if you're just playing in E, for example, and the singer says, "Oh, that's too high for me. Can you drop it down half a step?" Well, if you're playing in open position and like, "Oh gosh, I need to play in E flat major," you're not gonna, you have to relearn the whole thing. You have to figure out how to play it again. Whereas if you're playing in closed position here in E, you wanna play in E flat major, okay. Just drop it a fret. Because you're not using any open strings at all, so you're not limited by this unmovable nut over here. Your fingers can move all around the fretboard. Or if you want to raise it really high, let's go up here. Or change it here. So that's another big benefit, and you can do these transpositions a lot easier. And you can even do the very cliche raising of a key towards the end. So the last part of the phrase. And then we go up. And that's really, really easy to do in closed position, whereas in open position it's a little bit trickier. Okay, so these are some of the quick overview things of open position versus closed position. And let me know what you think. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer playing in open or closed position? Or do you prefer listening to music, what I just played? Do you prefer it in open position or closed position? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope this has been helpful for you. Until next time, I will see you again.